In extension of what we're talking about here, another CMO said this really well. The context behind it, though, is that McKinsey did a study about 2 years ago that looked at both B2C and B2B companies and that were highly profitable, biggest return on shareholder value. And the number one differentiator across all 400 of those companies was CX, customer experience, right? And so this B2B CMO, he said, here's the way I think about this, Steve. He said, that is a competitive advantage that we haven't had before. We've relied on product and service and price as kind of like the bastions of competitive advantage, right? He said, but I can create a competitive advantage around CX. And the way that I do that, if I know my customers better than my competition, I'll create a better customer experience, which is the number one competitive advantage today. So here's my question to you. How much do we need to refocus our efforts as a company, sales, marketing, customer success, on really understanding that customer, not here?
I really believe all the great storied businesses during their most successful phases were obsessed with the customer. My favorite example of this is Amazon and Jeff Bezos. All of his executive meetings and his board meetings, they would have an empty chair. And that was the customer's chair. It was a physical reinforcement that the customer is always sat around the highest level executive decisions. And I just love that. And just how customer obsessed they were, and look how well they've done. Now, there's always antithetical examples as well. I genuinely believe, and I think this is even more so in the world of AI and the tech innovations that are sweeping through the market. If you can genuinely understand your customers better than your competition, maybe even sometimes better than themselves, you will be at a significant competitive advantage. And yet, it's not easy, right? And that's partly why there's a competitive advantage. It's quite easy to write down a bunch of firmographic information and say, this is our ICP. To really understand what drives and motivates someone, to really understand their context, takes a real amount of effort.